Hello everybody, here's the deck profile for the Batteryman Trap Tricks deck I put up a few days ago. The deck is pretty self-explanatory. I think I went through most of what was going on in that video, so I'll just give a rundown of the cards and my opinions on them. So, first things first, I will say that even though I really do like the interactions that Miramelio has with the 9-volt, I'd probably still end up playing the pure version. And that's just because it allows you to, I guess, plus a little more, I don't know. And it allows you to have a little, some better back row, because having the two time space trap holes kind of take up some room for stuff for different things that I have, personally. So, not saying that the deck is bad, I just, having my experience that I do now, I prefer pure. So, beginning with the deck list. 1 Industrial Strength. He's your boss monster of the deck, sort of. You only really use them for clearing away from an OTK, sorry about that, or getting rid of problematic cards. You could use its effect to trigger your own supply unit, but I only play 2 fuel cells to try and cut back on the amount of unsummonable monsters turn 1, because after playing a few different variants, that's what I found was the biggest problem, was that I would draw all these dead monsters turn 1. I want to see fuel cell and 9-volt turn 1. I don't want to see 2 chargers and a fuel cell, or not fuel cell, micro cell. So only 2. You really only need 2 for the OTK. Having a 3rd one is alright, but I'd say that's more for a pure build. 3 charger, because this is what helps you go into an OTK along with micro cell. And you use it alongside Monarch Storm 4th, get rid of their monster, summon yours, summon another one, gain a lot of advantage. 3 trap tricks so that you can thin your deck a little bit by getting the traps that you want, and then after a microcell play, like I described earlier, you can overlay the 9-volt with the Miramelio. 9-volt searches pretty much your entire deck, including itself, becomes a 2k beater, and is also fuel for the fuel cell. And then after it dies, it becomes industrial strength fuel. So, it's a good card that made the deck really good. Microcell, also a good card. Gets your plays rolling, and this plus a supply unit is automatically, what is it? You lose the microcell, and then you get plus 3, 4, something like that. Because you flip it, special summon 9-volt, add, then draw 2. Because of its secondary effect. 2 soul charge, because it's soul charge, I mean it helps you set up exceeds plays if you're in a bad way, or tribute fodder, stuff like that. 9-volt, or 9-volt. Battery charger, because it's a themed monster reborn. The only problem is you want to run it and lower quantities if you're not playing pure, because it does nothing to this. That's why I'm also playing Call of the Haunted, because it turns these into MSTs, and you still get to search for 9-volt. Duality, for consistency, you want to see your macro cells in your 9-volts pretty early. You don't want to be waiting on them. I found myself in pretty hard times when that happens. Book of Moon, general defense, it helps push your micro cell plays through. They try and break through Skillet or Fiendish Chain or Effect Veiler or whatever, just set it. The effect still goes through, and you reset it for another summon. Monarch Storm 4th, you use this with Charger. In the very rare extreme cases, you can use it with Fuel Cell. Not very recommended though. Supply unit, because after your micro cell gets attacked, it nets you another draw, and at the end of a turn you use a 9-volt, it nets you a draw. Space-Time and Bottomless, targets for Miramelio. This is pretty good against Shadal's to send the window back, but I mean, window's not too much of a problem with Stormforth. 2D Prison for defense. Also against Shaddolls and stuff like that, problem monsters that you might not be able to get over otherwise, but you really shouldn't have a problem with that. Breakthrough skill for negation, call the haunted, generic monster recursion. Wiretaps, after playing around for a bit, I would switch these for trap stuns, because even though this helps push micro cell plays during your opponent's turn, stopping Salt Morning and stuff like that, turning off traps for the entire turn when you go for an OTK, I think is better, in my opinion. And then the one Salt Morning, because it's a good card. Extra deck is fairly simple, generic rank 4s and then some rank 6s. You really don't go into this a lot. Like, you really don't. There's one time I was DN and I went for a Gaga Cowboy play. My opponent was at 200 left and he was playing Hat. He Sanctums, that was his only back row, into a Beagle Talk to pop a Moral Talk, and then Moral Talk pops the Gaga Cowboy. So I wanted to be tricky. So I Soul Charge for 4. Go into an Emerald, and then reshuffle the Cowboy, and then go into Cowboy for game. Is kind of mad. Yeah, this is the deck. It's fun. After, like I said, after a little while though, I would play Pure over this, but that's just me. Yeah, tell me what you guys think of it in the comments below. Also, let me know what you guys would like to see next, or if you have any suggestions as to what I could do to improve my videos. Alright, thanks.